Talking about a main event match, though, we got to talk about Tiffany versus Charlotte because, oh boy, did this get messy. Oh, these two women done got messy with each other, and it was all types of nasty. I'm going to be real with you. I personally did not like this entire situation. So if you didn't see what happened, Tiffany and Charlotte went off script. Charlotte Flair was kind of mocking Tiffany Stratton, going like, Tiffany, I can't hear you, Tiffany. And Tiffany was obviously getting upset by it because for a minute now it's been like, Charlotte Flair has been belittling Tiffany Stratton. And obviously there's a lot of those rumors out there that Charlotte Flair puts down other talent. So the whole sink or swim thing that happened in their last promo, which was also a report as well, that it was sink or swim for Tiffany Stratton, and obviously Charlotte Flair was, really going really hard in that promo. I think Tiffany may have been feeling a bit like, okay, is this are you putting down other folk because you're told to put down other folk, or are you putting down other folk because you really want to do it because you get some kind of just sick thrill out of doing this? Then that led to Tiffany Stratton saying some very, very, very crossing the line kind of things. I will say, the first thing that was said about the whole, what were you doing at 25? Because at 25, you were in your dad's basement drinking while I'm over here being the WWE Women's Champion. I didn't mind that too much. I thought that wasn't the farthest you could go because it kind of does add to the feud with the whole, Charlotte Flair is trying to be, or desires to be everything that Tiffany is, which is loved, and Tiffany Stratton desires to be what Charlotte is, which is a legend. So it does kind of go into that whole entire thing. And I didn't mind her talking about, being alone in the ring and how she's alone outside of the ring. Because again, you're getting personal, but you're keeping it at least within a respective, it's at least somewhat respective manner, because Andrade did reportedly cheated on Charlotte Flair and had another kid with another woman and all that stuff. Now, it is kind of icky that she said that she went on talk shows trying to get loved by the audience. I thought that was a bit far because obviously she was, talking about how she never wanted all this stuff to be public, but that because it did become public, she wanted to at least give her side of it and all that stuff. She didn't go super in depth, but she did talk about how, a lot of this happened while she was injured and going through rehab, and how she was super depressed around this time. So I was like, okay, Tiffany, you're making this very, very personal. Then it just got to a really weird point because she brought up how she was 0-3 in her past marriages. And if you know at least enough about Charlotte Flair, if you're actually invested into your wrestlers and you're not, not invested to your wrestlers and not invested into their lives, at least to a somewhat, to some degree, there's a lot of things there with Charlotte in this past marriage. I even remember someone said, Paige kind of did the same thing of making fun of Charlotte Flair's dead brother. Thought that was really weird too. But this Charlotte Flair's past marriage, if you ever read The Second Nature, The Legacy of Ric Flair and the Rise of Charlotte Flair, her past marriage was very, very abusive. There's a whole excerpt in there that talks about how the last dude, Ricky Johnson, one day was just beating her and broke her ribs and almost gave her a concussion. So it's just I don't think you should be bringing that up. There's also the fact that it would have been her husband at the time, was getting high with her brother, which eventually led to her brother overdosing. So it's just there's a lot of nasty stuff in there that I personally would have done the whole 0-3 in your past marriages. You didn't need to bring that up. I thought that was just way too far in my opinion. And now that a lot of people are learning about this, there's a lot more people that are siding with Charlotte Flair. There's a lot of people that are bringing the story up. So it's if Tiffany Stratton's supposed to be a face, you're not really getting over with the women, Tiffany Stratton. That's now the issue. You're not getting over with them at all, and now a lot of people really, really want to see you lose. So it's where does WWE go from here? Because they were trying to push Tiffany Stratton as a face. It's clearly not going to work now because of what she said. I mean, maybe with some people, they don't really care, but those people just have way too much hate in their heart for Charlotte Flair. Y'all got to get rid of some of that hate because, my goodness, at the end of the day, this is a human being saying that she deserves all this stuff and she deserves to get made fun of for all this stuff. Buddy, nobody deserves to get made fun of for domestic violence. No, she's a survivor. You don't make fun of survivors. That's really, really weird. So, yeah, no. But I don't really know where you go with Tiffany Stratton from here. I don't even know what you could do. You can't make this woman a face now. Nobody's gonna want to see her as a face. This is where I think that WWE says, okay, we got to give the bag to Mariah May. And let me tell you right now, man, Mariah May might be one of the luckiest women alive. She came into AEW, and what happened was immediately put into a storyline with Tony Storm, and it hit. Everybody absolutely loved it. You now have a chance to get a lot more money from WWE. Like, let's say Mariah May was possibly going to get like 3, 4, 5 million from WWE. Let's lowball it and say 3 million. Now they're probably looking at it, or at least Mariah May's like, you were going to bring me in, and I'm basically Tiffany Stratton, but a whole lot better. You were only going to give me 3 million. Now I want 5, 6 million. I want double that. But then she can go to Tony Khan and say, hey, well, Mr. Khan, WWE's going to give me 6 million. How much do you want to give me? Now she can get even more money from Tony Khan as well. Hey, MJF got 22 million, and he did not have the storyline that Mariah May had. So I'm just saying that she might get somewhere towards 10, 15 million, something like that. Mariah May just got the ultimate payday from whoever she does get the payday from, because Tiffany Stratton done flopped, done messed everything up for WWE, man. And I love it, man. Shout out to Mariah May. She gonna get her bag of bags. But yeah, no, this whole situation was just, it was all types of messy, man. Like I said, if you hate Charlotte Flair because of XYZ, you got to stop hating on Charlotte Flair, because you used to hate on Charlotte Flair because the whole beating Sasha every single time. But ever since Mercedes Moné has been in AEW, you don't even really care about that situation anymore. If Asuka and Rhea and Becky went to AEW, y'all wouldn't even care anymore. So this whole thing about hating Charlotte Flair because she quote unquote buries talent, or she's a Nepo baby, I'm sorry to tell you, but half of your favorite wrestlers, actually, no, 95% of your favorite wrestlers are Nepo babies. Cody Rhodes, Natalya, Randy Orton, a bunch of other big names, all of the bloodline. Like, y'all gotta stop this, man. Just stop it. Y'all look so sad. This woman is one of the most talented women in WWE history. A lot of y'all don't really want to admit that because you just don't like her. Just stop, man. She's one of the 4 horsewomen, not created. She was a part of the women's revolution that really made women's wrestling a bit better in WWE, allowed them to actually, be called women and not divas, allowed for them to get a Hell in a Cell match, and now multiple Hell in a Cell matches, multiple of the matches that men were getting, now they get as well. So you gotta lay off it, man. Also, yes, I am using my manga, if you're watching this on YouTube, as a armrest. I did. See, the thing is, if I had it like down here, now it's like super low. Now it's like, I can't really do this. I gotta like lean away from the mic. But if I have it over here, now I can be like this, and boom, now I can have like my hand or my head resting on my hand a little bit. So yeah, yeah.